Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing my January favorites. So if you'd like to see what I've been loving in the month of January, keep on watching. So we're going to start off with how I apply my makeup. 99% of the time I do my eyes first, unless I'm not wearing any eyeshadow at all. So let's start off in the eyes. So for my brows, I've been loving the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I'm in the shade dark brown. This is a really good eyebrow pencil. I feel like I can control how bold I want my brows or how feathery I want my brows. I also like to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil, but I feel like with that one, if you're not careful or using a light hand, you can go really bold really fast. So I like the control that this gives me. So for my eyes, for primer, I didn't include my primer because I only have one. It's the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original, and I don't know, I felt like it didn't count because I only have one. But if you would like to know, that is my favorite. That's the only eye primer that I have. For eyeshadow, I have two palettes. My first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This palette, I just love it. And it smells like chocolate. It has like pretty colors. It's what I have on my eyes. You can do neutral looks. You can go a little bolder, and they're super pigmented. It's just a great overall palette to have in your collection. So if you don't have it, I recommend you get it. My second favorite palette is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. This palette is just gorgeous. It really is. You can do so many looks. It's a warm palette, which I prefer warm looks. I don't think cool tone really looks good on me, but it's just a great palette. You get a lot of reds, but you can also do neutrals on this side, and they're crazy pigmented. And let me swatch some for you. They're just crazy pigmented. It's a really good palette to have. They're always sold out, so I don't know if it's currently sold out, but if you can, you get it. For eyeliner, I have the NYX liquid eyeliner. This is such a good and cheap eyeliner, and it's super matte, it's super black. You can't go wrong with this. For mascara, I have two. My first one, I'm pretty sure if you've been watching my other videos, you're not surprised, is the Colossal Big Shot by Maybelline. This is a great mascara, and it's drugstore, so it's inexpensive. But before he came into my life, I still do love the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. It just gives your lashes volume and length, and so does this one. They're really similar, I think, but I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. For lashes, for like an everyday look, I'm wearing them now. They're the Kiss from the brand Kiss number 11. These are really good lashes for like every day or for a more natural look. I highly recommend them. Now let's go to the face. For primer, I've been loving the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. I like to use the mattifying one and the skin smoothing one. Both in my T-zone, but this one I focus it like where the sides of my nose and my chin right here. Basically where I get really oily. I've been loving the Milk Blur Stick. This is a new product. I've only had it for about 2 weeks, but it's that good. Personally, I love it. It does blur your pores. It gives you like a smooth canvas for your makeup to lie on. So if you have large pores, I recommend this guy. For foundation, I have two. I have a drugstore and I have a high-end. For the high-end, I love the Hourglass stick foundation, and this one's in Golden Tan. It doesn't match me right now. This is more my tan shade, but this is such a beautiful foundation. It gives you a really nice coverage, finish. You look flawless. The only thing is, if you are oily, make sure you use a mattifying primer, because if not, at least for me, I would have to keep blotting and setting my T-zone like 50 million times. That's the only con I have about the foundation, is that for oily skin, I feel like my oils just go crazy when I wear this, but it just leaves your skin and makes your makeup look so good. For drugstore, I've been loving the L'Oreal Pro Infallible foundation. Currently, I'm mixing the shades 108 Caramel Beige with 106 Caramel Beige. I feel like I'm in between the shades, and mixing these two gives me like my perfect color. And it's the foundation I'm wearing on my skin today. Most of these products that I've mentioned in today's video, I'm wearing on my face. So for concealer, I have two. My first one is the Naked Skin from Urban Decay. This is the shade Medium Light Neutral. This is a really good full coverage concealer. I love it. And then of course I have to mention, which I think is everyone's current favorite, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This stuff is awesome. It's full coverage. It doesn't dry out your under eyes. I have a lot of fine lines in my eyes, and I don't feel like this makes it look worse. So this is a really, really good concealer. So to set my concealer, I've been loving the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This stuff, I mean, it's expensive, but it'll last you a while. Like I got I know they sell like a smaller size than this one. But I mean, it just lasts you a long time. It's a really good setting powder. No flashbacks. It doesn't look cakey on me or anything like that. For bronzer, I have two, drugstore and high-end. For my high-end, I have the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 30M. I think the first person I heard mention this was Ready Set Glamour. Michelle here on YouTube, I believe is her name. And I mean, it's a great bronzer powder. You can never go, like you can keep adding and adding and adding and adding, and it won't look like too much. I mean, it's the bronzer I'm wearing now, and I feel like you can never overdo it with this bronzer. It's a great bronzer. For drugstore, I have the Physicians Formula Bronzer Booster. This one as well, I feel like I can never go too crazy with my bronzer. This one's in the shade medium to dark, and it's a very, very nice bronzer. For blush, I have two as well. For my high end, I have the MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. This was my very first MAC blush that I purchased, and I have no regrets. This blush can go with practically any look, I think, and it's a good everyday blush to have. For my drugstore, I have the Milani Big Blush in Luminoso. This is more of a peachy blush compared to the Warm Soul, and it has a little bit of shimmer, but this is a great blush also, and it also goes with practically any look, and it's the blush I'm wearing today on my cheeks. For highlighter, guys, I mean, what can I say? What more can I say? This is such a beautiful highlight, and to make it even better, it's super cheap. And it's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter. This one's in Precious Petals. I have the other one, I think it's called something Mechanipi. I haven't used that one. And let me show you a little swatcheroo. Look at it. I mean, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. And to set all my makeup, I've been loving the Urban Decay, what is it called? De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray and Oil Control. This does make my makeup last quite a while, and it does help. I do notice a difference when I don't wear this and when I do wear this, in the sense of my oils peeking through. And that's it, guys. Those are all the products that I've been loving for the month of January. I will list everything that I mentioned in the description bar if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!